Hello everybody and welcome to the Cheryl Technology Channel. My name is Chris, and in this one we are going to be looking at Podman Desktop. So this is running on Endeavor OS, which is Arch Linux. I went into Asana and I made a list of what I wanted to do, and then we're going to launch Asana here, and I got all the commands in here that I ran to install Podman. Let's see, so let me look here. So this is what I did. These are the commands I ran. All these commands I ran, and it installed Podman Desktop. That's not easy enough. These are the commands you use. If you're running Arch, run these commands. And this is Flatpak, so it'll work with Ubuntu or the other one. This is like the repos and stuff that you have to go to get the packages. And Podman, I think, is better in a lot of ways. One, because I was able to use it. I mean, it just makes sense. And you can see, look at the memory usage is like 1.33 meg. This is Ubuntu. And so I really wanted to show y'all how to get Ubuntu, how to get it. So you do a pull command. So you're pulling from a repository. In here, I have credentials for Docker Hub. I created an account like a really, come on. So y'all can see it right there. So what I did was I just created an account with Docker Hub, which Docker Hub is, that's really what I want to look at. So Podman will pull directly from Docker repository or Docker Hub. It'll pull directly from that. All you need to do, so let me just show you. So this is the one I have running right now, right? And that's what y'all saw in the terminal right here. So this is actual, so if we do ls, it has a full file system. This is what's crazy to me, is you can run a full file system within this machine. So I updated this and it was super fast to start. It was like instantaneous. So that's where I could see the benefit of this being. If you're wanting to pull an image, so what you would do is you'd go to pull and then the name of the image. So we're just going to do Rocky. We're going to pull the image. Now see, it sometimes says, because you need to know the name of it. With Ubuntu, it was just Ubuntu. So let's try Fedora. Let's try Fedora, because I know some of the commands for Fedora too. You literally type in Fedora. You don't have to type in Podman pull or any of that junk. Why is this camera not wanting to focus? Come on, focus. There you go. Okay, so it says the download's complete. You click done. It's right here in your library. So then we click on it. Okay, we click on this container, and then we click the start button. And then I'm gonna give it a name of Fedora. Dude, this is freaking awesome. So we're gonna do sudo DNF. I think we just have to do DNF. So as you can see, she's read it out right here. She's 131.8% of the CPU. That's not good. So as you can see, it's very, very simplistic. Oh my goodness. We're gonna click yes here. See, as you can see, it's very interesting because this is a full-fledged OS running in a... Come on. Why does my phone have so much trouble with... Dude, I need a capture card. Good Lord. But anyway, y'all, that's kind of what I wanted to go over with you. It has a full... And if we run the ls command, it has a full file system. So that's basically how you do this in Podman. And I think Podman is the one I'm going to learn because it is easier for me to use. And it took no effort to install it. And everybody out there, this is what you could do. So if you're looking for a way to do these things, remember that you have to work at it. It took me like 2 days to get to this point. And it was a lot of trial and error. It was a lot of OSs. It was a lot of trying to figure out the ways to do things, because not everything that you see online is going to work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So it's kind of a very hard thing to figure out. It's very hard to understand what's going to work, what's not going to work, and it just takes time. So that's where I wanted to be with y'all. I mean, if you're looking to do this, I suggest that you take a lot of time. It is going to take so much time. But what you will learn in the end is that Docker has your images, your files, a Docker file. It has a Docker registry. There's a lot of things that are with Docker that you need to know. And so what I found out was that Podman actually works really well with Arch. So I mean, you saw it yourself. You can see it right here. Well, hang on, let me tilt it down. There you go. I mean, it's like very interesting because you have Um, so like right here, you have all of your stuff. There's your summary. It's running, and with Arch, with these things, I didn't have any trouble getting this to work. It just worked the first time. And I'm finding that with Arch is that there are a lot of things with Arch that's a lot better than Debian. Yes, Mint is very good, but I'm telling you, Arch is very good too. They both have their place. They both are for certain people. Certain people like Mint, certain people like Ubuntu, certain people like this or that. But I personally, I think Arch is a very good, stable. It's very good. I really like it. I really like Endeavor OS. It's very good. If there's a distribution you like that you want to support, they have a contributors page. Endeavor has a QR code you can scan and go to their website, and you can donate to them. So I'm going to do that monthly because I really like this OS, and I think it's the one that I want to stay with because it's very reliable, very stable, and Podman runs really well on it. I mean, it runs really good. I mean, your memory usage is 1.59 meg. Now, my plan in the end is to do this. I want to package a desktop environment in a Docker container. Now, I know what you're saying. It's going to be big. Yes, it will be. It will be. Because when you're running a desktop environment, you're looking at least 2 point something gig. I've got to do a lot of research. I've got to figure out if I can push it to the cloud. Because what if you could if you could do testing with a desktop environment? What if somebody needed it? You throw it on a flash drive and say, here, use this. I mean, they use live ISOs for that, but what if you could do that in a Docker container? And I mean, I think that's where the benefit of Docker is in that Docker can do, it's very lightweight. It has a lot of things that it can do fast. It's it's really, really fast. It's way faster than a virtual machine, I can tell you that. And so kind of what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to really take what I know and use it a little bit differently. So I'm going to keep learning Docker. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to keep learning it. I'm going to learn there's Docker Compose, which I think has something to do with composing. It's just what it says. It's composing the container. So you're like building the container is what I think it is. And I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't know. There's some things I do know. I mean, it's going to be an interesting journey because in the end, what I really want to do, there's an application that, let me see if I can find it here real quick. Let me see, is it in here? So there was an application that Network Chuck was working with, and so I reached out to the company, and they said, here's how you do it, blah, 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 blah. And so what I'm going to be doing is at some point, I've got to figure out a way to capture my video. But I think for all of you who are doing this, I think that if you just take your time, don't watch 10,000 videos, don't do that, because in the end, what's going to happen is you're going to end up not knowing anything. You're going to watch a bunch of videos, and you're going to be more clueless than you were before. That's what happened to me. I got lost in the world of videos, and that's where I stayed for 3 days. And what ended up happening is I learned absolutely nothing. So go to Docker's website, look at the individual commands, because they have a really good, let's go to Docker. And if you really, oh, come on. If you really want to learn this stuff, man, there is a lot of things that's not difficult. It's just a matter of learning how it works and learning how to run things, learning how to do things. So it's kind of a virtual machine in that it runs independently from the OS, but it runs on the hardware. That's kind of where I think this stuff is very cool. If you're looking for information, reach out to me. I'm sure there's people out there that are way more knowledgeable than I am. but I will be glad to help you as much as I can. And I like Podman because it was actually very simple to get it up and running. And y'all have seen that I built two virtual machines. I built two containers, which is freaking crazy that I even could do that. And it was already built, So that's the other benefit of Docker, is that when an image is built, it's in a container, right? So it contains everything it needs to run. And because it's built on a platform that is kind of standardized across the board, when you run it, it runs the same on any platform. I mean, as long as you've got Docker, it's going to run the same because it is built in a Docker container and you're using the Docker application to run it with. So it runs the same on everything. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't fully understand all of it yet, but I think that that I really want to learn this. I want to actually get their certification. So, I mean, it's kind of one of those things, like I know you're going to get your CCNA eventually. I will. It only lasts 3 years, and I have really no need for it right now, but Docker, I think I do. I really want to learn Docker. I really like it. I really enjoy it, and it's very cool. So I think that any of you out there who are looking to do this, just take your time and really look at what you're doing. Like, really pay attention to what Docker says. Like, a lot of the like, if you go to Docker commands, let's do that real quick. Docker commands cheat sheets. That looks good to me. CLI cheat sheet. Here we go. So there's actually, I'll tell you what I'll do in this video. I'll link it down in the description. The cheat sheet that'll show you all the commands. So build an image from a Docker file. Build an image from a Docker file without the cache. List local images. Delete an image. I mean, there's so many commands that you can run. And it's one page. It's one page. So think about this. You can run everything you need to know is on one page. That's crazy to me. That's very cool. So everybody, I think that's the end of the video. Y'all saw that I ran the Docker container, that the containers are running, and I have 2 of them. And I really want to thank y'all for watching my videos, and we're almost at 300 subs. I can't believe that I've came this far. I just cannot believe what is happening. I can't believe it. I never thought that I would ever get this far, but my dad believed in me. May he rest in peace, and all of you believe in me, and I believe in myself. I really believe. I know that I can do this, and I love it. I love IT. I love it. I learn something every day, pretty much all day, especially when it comes to Active Directory. I learned something about group policy yesterday. So everybody, just keep learning. And if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, reach out to me at cheryltechnology@gmail.com, or reach out to me in the comments. I will pray with you. I will talk with you. I will listen, or I will debate, whatever you want. I will be any or all of those things. As Mr. Paul himself says, be all things unto all men. And that's what I try to be. And so everybody, thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And until my next video, everybody, peace.